I want to get into questions from the viewers. Soon, not right now.
Okay.
First, before I do, I want to ask you, there's two more questions. I want to know what drives your search for knowledge in general, and what are some of the different topics and subjects you've come across while you've been searching for knowledge.
Okay, what drives my search for knowledge? In one word, ignorance. That's what actually drives me, ignorance. The more I don't know something, the more I'm like, I'm PISS off that I don't know. I'm like, what? You just introduced something like this to me and I didn't know this for all these years of my living? Nah, fam, I need to go and research. This is kind of like why I hoped it was my dream that other people share the same drive as myself in doing these videos, in doing Speaker's Corner and other videos like that, and Talk with the Titans. It's like, what? You're now presenting some alternative information towards me that is shaking my own belief system, or is shaking my own foundations of knowledge. I never knew this before. No, I need to research this information. Like, you presenting something new to me, I need to research it because I'm clearly inept, I'm clearly incompetent at this moment in time to have this discussion. I need to now go forward and actually learn more. So that's one of the things that actually drives me, is just the fact that I'm ignorant about something that actually drives me to pursue more knowledge. Other...
Sorry, stick a pin there. So when you do learn new things, like, what do you do with the knowledge? Does it improve your life in any particular way?
Yeah. So again, there is things to do with practical knowledge, and there is speculative knowledge. There is operative and then there is speculative, okay? So more time, I try my very best so there is hobby knowledge, basically. Hobby knowledge, and then there is actual practical knowledge that actually helps to transform myself. So I really love the practical knowledge that helps to actually transform me. I'm very much so into self-help books. I've just named a few of them. I've named, Think and Grow Rich. I've named Rich Dad Poor Dad. I've named 48 Laws of Power. There's so many different books that I actually read that helps me to empower myself. If I want to learn, if I now want to buy some properties and so forth, I now go into my property books. I want to learn that. If I now need to learn about stocks and shares some more and train myself up some more so I can do all those things there, these are the practical things that I go into. Entrepreneurship, I now have to go and read those types of books. Health-wise, relationship-wise, I read those types of books to actually impact on my life. And not only just the impact on my life is small fries. Majority of the time, the reason why I actually learn more and learn more knowledge is for the reason of giving back to my community and affecting and being an effective person in my community and the world to be general. But first and foremost, it's to my community. I want to make sure I'm effective. I want to make sure I'm transforming other lives. I want to make sure I'm inspiring. I want to make sure that I'm positively impacting other people. Like, you could care less about religion, but you want to learn about philosophy. You could care less about philosophy, but you want to learn about health. You could care less about health, but you want to learn about economics. I want to be that person where I'm a provider to you. I'm a provider to you. I want to give you what's going to benefit you. I can care less if you're not into philosophy, but you want to get your money up. Come, brother, let me teach you. Let me teach you how I got my money up, and let me teach you how you can get your money up, and let us get our money up so we can give back to our community. So now that we've got our money up, how about charity? Like, have you ever thought about charity? Let's actually set up a charity or invest in charities or do whatever it is to give back to our community. The most fundamental thing is in life, okay, is taking something in. It's amra. It's called amra or ma'a, which is you take something in, yeah, and then you give it back to other people. So for example, if somebody is lit your candle, it is now your responsibility, your duty to take your one candle and to light 2, 3, 4, 5 other candles, as many candles as possible, because somebody's just now giving you the light that you never had before. So my thing is to always give back, always give back, always give back. And that's kind of the key reasons why I actually study more. I study more to build myself, my character up, to improve the way I personally think, and to improve others as well on my journey.
What are some of the most cherished information that you've come across while you've been studying?
The most cherished information. That's difficult. That's difficult because all of them, everything I cherish, everything I actually cherish, and I try my very best to show my love, honor, and respect to those things there, whether I agree with it or not. So, for example, religion, I try my very best to never speak disgruntled about religion because I love it. I love it. Like Islam is so beautiful in terms of discipline. The discipline that teaches you, fasting for 30 odd days out of the year, yeah? Discipline, getting up early in the morning, Fajr to pray, and at nighttime as well, and doing it regardless. You could be doing the most type of haram. You could be there. Man them, you know what I'm talking about. You've gone out raving. You've now come back to one girl's house, yeah? And you've done the deal, okay? And then you've been drinking all night, for example. And then you now wake up and it's like, now wash yourself up, Allahu Akbar, and you're there just doing your prayer. And the girl's still sleeping, but she now wakes up and she sees like, what the hell are you doing? You know, the way it's there. And that impact on that particular female could be something monumental because like, they've never experienced that before. So, you know, certain things are so beautiful in religion that, you know, no matter how bad you are, like you could do the most bad, but you've carried on certain things, certain traits. You can't talk bad about those things there. Christianity, how can you talk bad about Christianity? Like, regardless if you don't believe in its theology or whatever, but look how beautiful it is. Look how beautiful it is. I can tell you a Christian from a mile away. You know why? Because more time they got that glow on their face. Check it out of any other religion like Islam and all them ones there. You see them, they have like a beautiful glow on their face. They're smiling. There's a spirit about them, an energy about them, yeah? Regardless if you disagree with whatever it is, yeah? They've got that love in their heart which just overflows. How are you going to talk negatively about somebody like that? It's impossible. Like, you have to show your love and appreciation for those types of things there. So, you know, one thing that I cherish, I've kind of said at the beginning of the video, to be honest with you, that's one of my biggest secrets. My biggest secrets that I keep sacred is the God talk. The God talk. Once I learned that, my whole world changed. My whole world changed. You know, I don't know if any of you lot are familiar with the secret.
Yeah.
Secret? Law of attraction. Law of attraction. As a man thinketh, so shall he be. So for me personally, I think of myself as the highest being possible on this terrestrial terrain. Yeah, that's the way I view myself. Okay, so the moment I started viewing myself as such, and I started speaking those positive affirmations into existence, and I started, you know, looking at the mirror and saying to myself, damn son, you know, you're the most handsome man I've ever met in my life. Mwah! I love you. I actually love you, you know.
Who's the second most handsome man you ever met in your life?
The second most handsome man that I've met in my life. Good question. The most handsome boy I've met in my life is my son.
I knew he was going to drop for that.
Yeah.
I'm glad his family, fam.
Yeah.
I'm glad his family.
No, man, that's real talks. Like, he's the most handsome boy, and when he grows up as a man, he will be the most handsomest man I've met in my particular life.
Okay.
That's real talks.
Say nothing.
Yeah.
Say that. How many books have you read in total? Do you keep count? Or give me a rough ballpark figure.
When I was about 22, it was around 1,000.
Jeez.
Around.
On there, if I read 1,000 pages, be. I was in 1,000 books at 22, yeah?
Yeah.
What?
But now it could all be 2,500, 3,000, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
It could all be that types of numbers there. We used to actually see, this is beautiful, like, because I had a very close-knit family base in terms of family. I'm not saying family, I mean friends, but family in terms of soul family, people that think and believe and act the way I act. We used to just buy books, man. We used to buy books and we used to compete with each other in that positive light where we're both reading, 3 of us, 4 of us reading the same book, and we're racing through the book. We're racing through the books, you know. And obviously it's not just skim reading it, like we can, I refuse to speed read. So I learned speed reading from you know, uni years. I learned speed reading, Tony Bazan, big book, speed reading, yeah. Learned that. I refused to speed read. I refused. I was like, nope, I'm reading this book out loud. I want to make sure that this is actually going into, I'm learning 3-dimensionally. No, I'm not only just seeing it, but I'm actually hearing it as well out loud, and I'm smelling it as well. And I used to underline all sorts. We used to race through books, and we used to actually have conversations based upon those books. We used to have lectures based upon those books as well. So me, I'm a bibliophile, man. I love books. I love reading. I love knowledge. And then what I also done as well is, after reading so much, I actually said, let me forget all about that. Let me actually take a historical view, or read historically, basically. But most of the books that will teach you to read historically, they'll only start off from ancient Greece. So usually ancient Greece is where the starting point of, they'll give you like 800 books to read from ancient Greece, ancient Rome, you've got ancient Rome, you've got Arabian, you've got Byzantium, you've got Persian, you've got, what else? You've got mid-European, you've got Italian Renaissance, you've got modern era, you've got so forth and so forth. And this was like the reading list that we will have to read. And I believe it's like 800 books to read. And most of them I read, like, yeah, most of them I read, but I was like, nah, forget all of that. Let me go back further. Let me read from the very first. Let's go back into Babylonian. Let's go back into Sumerian. Let's go back into Akkadian. Let's go back into Egyptian. Let's go back into African, West Africa, and so forth. So I started reading. I'm a very eclectic reader, so I read a lot of things, a lot of books, and all of those books help to influence the way that I personally think. 3,000 books? Can you honestly say 3,000 books, my brother? I need to read. See, back in the day, I was egotistical. So you would actually find me counting the books on my bookshelf. You know when it's there, like, because we want to show off, like, I've read 700 books this month, 800 books and so forth. Like, it was very egotistical. But I don't know now. I'm going to humbly say just over 2,000, maybe 2,500 books. I don't even have enough space for my books in my house no more, you know.
Yeah, where your books at?
Rav, I've got books. I'll put it like this. I've got like 2 bookshelves. I've got underneath the bed. I've got a box filled with books. I've got in the, what's that outside cupboard called? Storage area. Put them in suitcases, books in there. Then I've got my other house, and that's filled with another 2 rows of bookshelves. Then it's inside a bed as well. And then it's in cupboard, and it's in my shrine room. Yeah, I got too many books, man. I got too many books.
Books for days. All right.